Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today, my guest is an ex-member of the Mowglis. He just recently started his own solo career as Little Hurt. I just had French fries with them. They're delicious.
Those were pretty good French fries.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. It's my pleasure to introduce Colin Dieden.
Yeah. Thanks. Dieden. No, you had it the first time, yeah?
Fuck.
Colin, no.
Let's restart. So this is like a common theme I've seen with a lot of bands, at least. This is just from the interview perspective, okay?
Sure.
I feel like once a band hits the scene, they do a ton of like miniature like press interviews or on whatever big radio stations, but it's all like fluff, you know? And like you guys, you're in the Mowglis did a ton, but I don't feel like I ever learned anything about the Mowglis except that they're a success. So could you break down the beginning of the Mowglis?
Break down the beginning of the Mowglis. Yes, we'll take it back there. I was probably 19 or 20 when I started that band, and we signed to Island Def Jam. Back when it was Island Def Jam, and now it's not.
No. How'd that come to be, by the way? Like, how'd you get signed?
We literally were playing some music festival. Like it was like one of those stories like people always say, like, you know, you get on stage and like someone's gonna notice you and it's gonna be that thing, which doesn't happen that often. And it happened. Like the guy that signed us like just in the crowd and saw us, and he, you know, ended up being the A&R at the label, and he signed us. Like literally, we were just playing. We probably like weren't great back then, you know. We probably didn't sound very good, but they, you know, and we fucking had spirit, man, and he signed us and took us all over the world.
And at one point, it was like a 10-member band, right?
There was a lot of people in that band, dude.
Did you know you were going to be like a successful band? Like when you first started, was that like a dream of yours to be in a?
I had no idea at that time. I was actually trying to pursue like a solo thing. This like just Colin Dieden, right?
Okay.
And then the Mowglis was like, you know, we were all just like hanging out in this garage, like getting fucking stoned and like ripping cigarettes in this closed garage. I mean, we're all like, all of our lifespans are going to be so much shorter because of this garage period of the Mowglis. But like, we had no clue, man. We were just kind of doing it because we were young and it was fun, and you know, and I think it was like kind of all of our just like way to hang out, and then that thing got signed, and we were like, holy fuck, and this is like a real thing. And we, you know, that's became real.
Were you guys ready for that, or were you like,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for it now.
And were you born and raised in California, or did you move to LA once you guys got signed? Or
I was born in Venice Beach. I'm the only person you're ever gonna meet that was born in Venice Beach.
Damn.
And I grew up in Kansas City.
Okay.
So I'm like Midwest, West Coast, kind of half and half. I would say I'm more of a Midwest boy than a West Coast boy.
Got it.
You know? But yeah, man, we just I think the day we got signed, we're like, are you serious? Like, you're gonna give us money to do this? Like, we'd do it for free, dude. You know? And it just all became like, you know, us hanging out to becoming like this is a real thing. Just in like a fraction of, you know, fucking 45 minutes. We're like, oh my God, we have like a.
Damn.
And then I was on tour for like a year and a half. And they sent me out and I was just gone. I was like evaporated from my friends and family's life for like a year and a half, 2 years.
So you're like 19, 20 at this time.
Yeah. I failed out of music school at Cal Arts, which is the Walt Disney music school. I failed out.
Oh shit. For what reason?
Oh, okay. I went there. My family, I'm fortunate enough, my family was like, we'll pay for you to go to music school. You want to do music, we'll help you go to music school so you can learn how to do music or whatever. And I was like, all right, sounds good. So we get there to Cal Arts, and my dad's with me, and they go, well, can you fill out this, like, do this like test? So we're like a theory-based school or whatever. I was like, well, I don't know any of this shit. I look at this test, I look at my dad and look at the chick across the room. She's sitting like basically where you're sitting. She's looking at me and she's like, can you fill out this fucking thing? I'm like, I don't know anything on this. Like, I don't even know the strings on my fucking guitar. And I go, okay, well, listen, let me play you a song. And she goes, well, we're not audition based school. Like, you got to know fucking music, dude. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, let me play a song anyway. So I played her a song, She didn't say anything. I played another song. She goes, okay, listen, we don't do this. We'll let you into the school, but you need to have to prove to us that you can do the circle of fifths and do the music shit, within a month or something. They gave me some ultimatum. We're gonna test you again, right?
So it was a good song then, I'm guessing. Or
it probably wasn't, but I probably sang it like I probably delivered it well. I don't know. Probably wasn't that good of a song. I don't even remember what song it was. And then I just went to the school and was fully immersed with these like a musician. I'm not like a musician guy. I just like write songs. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm not like a music guy.
You can play the guitar though.
Yeah, I can play every instrument. But I'm not like a musician guy. I'm not like, I don't...
Wait. How does that make sense?
I can play every instrument.
You can play every instrument, but you're not a musician.
Nah, I'm not a musician.
It's like you don't know the notes, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what notes I'm playing.
But you can like learn, like if
you were to pull any instrument and put it in front of me right now, for the most part, I'll be able to play it. But
you can know a harmony. You can know a harmony. Like if someone's like play fucking the Iron Man, the dun.
Yes, I can play music, but I don't consider I don't view myself as a musician.
That's crazy.
That's just the way I view myself. Is I just that's not the way I think about myself in my own brain, or like the narrative I have of myself. But anyway, so I didn't learn any of this shit. I just ended up like taking a bunch of fucking acid with like all these like celebrities kids. Because it's full of celebrities kids that their parents are like, we don't know what to do with this maniac. Put him at CalArts.
Oh shit.
And then I got kicked out of CalArts for not passing that test.
So you're only there for like a month?
No, I was there for a year.
Okay.
And then this is like the pettiest shit ever. But I started the Mowglis, and then like a month and a half later, maybe 2 months later, I sent a video to the chick that kicked me out of school, and I was like, a video of like the Mowglis playing on Jay Leno, and I was like, sorry, I suck at music. Which is not something that I would do now.
That's awesome though.
That was the story, kind of how I've started the Mowglis while I was kind of leaving CalArts.
So you basically like the Jungle Book a lot, or what?
I don't know, man. There's like a dog named Mowgli, and we were all stoned. We were like, hey, let's name the band that thing, or whatever.
Oh, it was an actual dog. It had nothing to do with the Jungle Book.
I think the dog was named after Jungle Book.
Okay.
But no, I mean, like, I have a lot of awesome memories of that time, for sure.
What type of dog was it though?
It was like a husky, one of those like husky
shit.
guys.
I love huskies.
Yeah.
I like the cool huskies, like the brown ones that like not a lot of people have.
He had like he has those eyes, those husky eyes.
Yeah.
But the Mowglis isn't like a significant name in terms of what it meant to us. We were just stoned kids in our garage, and they're like, "Hey man, the dog's named that. We can name the band that."
So it could have been anything. The dog could have been named Otis. You would name it.
It could have been Otis. The fucking garbanzo beans, dude. It nothing to matter.
But you guys cared about the band then enough to.
No, we cared.
But you said you did a performance that. What was the performance you did for the A&R to see you guys?
We played a Sunset Strip music festival. It was like us, like the Offspring, like Marilyn Manson.
Oh shit!
Like it was just some random bands, man. Like a bunch of random bands.
But how'd you get into it then?
We had a buddy named Nick Adler. His dad's Lou Adler, who's one of the biggest music executives of all time, and his son Nick Adler was our friend. He owned the Roxy on Sunset Strip back in LA. And he just saw our band one play. He's like, I believe in you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm going to throw you on this festival. And then the guy this is Mike Marquis, who signed me to our first major deal, was in the audience. And he's just like, this thing's going to work.
Holy shit. How long have you guys been together at that point then?
The Mowglis?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Like a year or less than a year, a few months or something. I don't even know.
Jesus.
It's hard to remember like dates like that, the timelines when you're fucking 20,
Do you think LA is one of those only? It was in LA when you did that.
It was in LA, yeah.
Do you think LA is one of those only cities that your dreams could just happen out of nowhere?
No, it could have been anywhere. I don't know. I think that like the probability of that happening is really low. It sucks that like my story, because like when like people ask me like, how did you make it? Like, what do I have to do? I'm like, dude, honestly, I was right place at the right time. And the right person saw me.
So do you get like imposter syndrome from that, or no?
No. I think that I'm good at what I do. I don't think that I'm. Yeah. I don't doubt myself. I do think that I was the right place at the right time, without a doubt.
And the Mowglis is your baby.
Oh yeah, well not anymore.
Isn't that how do you do that?
I'm not in the Mowglis anymore.
Right, but if you basically said you created the band.
No, I mean we created it to we were.
But you're the front man, right?
We I don't know. I don't know. We were a band together, man. Like,
But if it's just.
Yeah,
I think when people think of the band,
I don't think that I would not say I created the band. I think that like we came together and made this band, and it was I don't know. Yeah, I was probably like the front man, but like it took a lot of people to make that band run the way it did.
So not even like in a petty way, but you think that Mowglis can still have an upward trajectory now that you're not in the band?
Well, they broke up.
They did? I thought they were about to go on tour or something.
No, they broke up. But I don't wish any. I hope they have the most amazing lives and most amazing careers. I have, what I'm saying?
When did they break up?
I don't know, man. Like a month ago or something. Or 2 months. I have no idea. I've been so disconnected from that crew for so long that it's almost like it seems like a different life.
Oh, so
unfortunately, it's not the way I would have chosen or chose things to go down. But
so you were out of it before you were out of it.
So I got a deal from Sony for a solo deal, and I started transitioning kind of out of the Mowglis, and I was trying to do both. And one of my friends in that band was like, "Listen, you got to do this head on. If you want to make this thing happen, you have to go head on and not try to split your time." So I just went head on and did Little Hurt.
That seems so sneaky of the music industry. It seems like they always try to like whoever they are, they just always try to break up groups. So like, oh, actually, you could do this on your own or whatever it is.
Yeah, you know what? I think that like for me, part of it was like I wanted to try something different, and there's no like real reason why I left the band besides the fact that I wanted to like tell a new story from a different direction, new angle, new colors, new. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But kind of that's one of your. You said that was like your dream though, to do a solo career. So you're just kind of continuing where you wanted to go.
Yeah, I guess I kind of like I started with the solo thing. That's a good way to put it. I started with the solo thing and then took a 10-year journey.
Yeah.
Fucking a decade of my life, and I don't regret 1 second of it. I mean, I love all that, man.
That's crazy. So you've basically been in the music industry, like the actual industry, for like over a decade.
I haven't worked a job since I was 19.
That's wild. Like I know artists who've been making music for a decade. What is it? Decade. Decade.
Yeah.
And they're not in the music industry yet. So that's crazy.
I know. I gotta remind myself often that like it's hard to like kind of pit yourself up against other people, and I could be a lot more successful, I could be a lot less successful, but at the end of the day I wake up every day and I get to wake up and think about music all day.
And you were always interested in pop music? Or when you first started, were you a rapper? Or
was I a rapper?
When you like first started?
Oh my god! Well, I would never release that on the world. I feel like a fucking. That's like a band about the Geneva Conventions. You don't want fucking Colin Dieden rapping to anyone. No, man. I just I was really resistant. Honestly I come from a very like punk rock background, like musically.
How so?
That's what I grew up listening to. My favorite bands like a Global Threat, fucking Black Flag, Propaganda is one of my favorite bands. I come from a punk background.
Got it.
And then I found melody through some of these punk bands, the ones that had melody. And then I realized I could have that kind of like, I could those things aren't mutually exclusive. I can do punk and I can write like really, really catchy melodies that are like going to stick with you and piss you off. And then also be really honest and authentic. And I was like, what if I just combine all this shit? What if it's like fucking punk rock, but it's like catchy and pop, but it's not pop punk. Well, I don't make pop punk music.
But you like pop punk?
Not really.
Why?
I don't like pop punk music. Blink-182 wasn't my thing. Never. Newfound Glory wasn't my shit. I was never a pop punk guy. It's just I missed all that.
But the Mowglis was considered alt punk. I mean alt pop.
Mowglis is the fucking pop band, dude.
Okay. And now what would you consider your sound now? I feel like that's such a generic question, but what would you say? What type of artist would you say you are now?
I don't know. What does that matter? Pop music, man. I don't know. Pop. It's like all pop. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. Like I don't know. It's not like it's like I'm not saying that like it's like so incomprehensible that I can't explain. That's not like saying like no one can understand how deep this is. I'm not saying that shit. I don't fucking know. It's like they play me on alternative radio. So I guess I'm alternative artist, right? Whatever lane they throw me down. It's like, are you bowling on lane 4 or 6?
That's kind of weird, right?
I don't know. I don't care. As long as I'm getting paychecks.
But you like music, though. It's not like you're just making music for the paycheck.
No, I was kidding with you. No, I don't. Yeah, I like music. Music's fun.
Yeah, seems like a fun job.
It's fine, you know.
Do you think you'd ever start a new band, or do you have like when you're making like your album? What was the name of your album you dropped? The Red album.
Every second.
Every second.
Yeah.
So with every second, you probably worked with bands for the instrumentals and all that, right? Do you think you'll ever have like a new band?
That's a interesting question. There's some thoughts. I can't say the answer to that at this moment, but there is something I'm thinking about doing.
Maybe if you should make like an alt pop band.
Totally. I mean, I don't know, man. Like honestly, the question, like, what music, what genre do you think I am? I don't. Whatever you say is probably what I am. I don't fucking know.
You know what's crazy?
What?
It's a mixture of. Okay, so for the first 2 years of the podcast, it was all hip hop, and I just had the 2-year anniversary, so I've been switching into bands, like comedy bands, pop artists, and I've really been exploring pop punk. First of all, have you noticed like the reemergence of pop punk in the mainstream?
Yes, it's unavoidable.
It's crazy. Even Kanye's album had a pop punk on it.
Yep.
So I have a second podcast called the BBC Podcast. It's Blake Burton and Brian Barnett Conspiracies, and we made like a Return of Pop Punk episode. So I'm like, see, I fucking timestamped it. So, but anyways, if I hadn't done this transition into more genres and actually had I've had like 3 to 5 pop punk bands on as of the past month or so, and if I hadn't had them on, for whatever, even though I don't follow pop punk hashtags or pop punk or even look up pop punk really, somehow like all these like my news feed as well as like social media started showing me like pop punk stuff, and I got an ad that you were coming to town. So if I hadn't interviewed pop punk artists or bands, that ad would have never showed up in my feed.
Well, I love pop punk now.
Yeah. You're on the NAST podcast because of pop punk.
No, let me clarify. When I say I don't like pop punk, I don't mean I don't like pop punk. Mm-hmm. It's a little more layered than that. I don't want to play that game with everyone right now. I don't feel passionate about that. It doesn't feel like something that's important to me. Is to go like play like the grungy fucking like pop punk like let's go guy. Like I just like not interested in that. Right. It's just not my truth. It's not my deal. And also I just like it's just like dude, a lot of people like that stuff. And that stuff's making generating a ton of money for a lot of people, dude.
Right.
Like. You know, like Machine Gun Kelly's not sitting there right now being like, "Oh, I'm so pissed I started doing pop punk." Like he's like, "Let me buy this second fucking Rolls Royce or whatever." Like it's fine. It's like I'm not above anything. I'm just saying what I would rather like do what I do right now, and not make my money that way. Because I'll do whatever I want to do.
Right.
I historically it's always worked, right? Mm. But I just don't want to like play this particular board game. This board game is like there's other games I like to play. And this is not one that I feel that I can play well.
Right.
And I feel like I'd be sort of, I don't know, like a fish out of water. I would just be like, I don't know. You guys are really hungry for this thing. I'm gonna let you guys chomp at this thing, and while you're chomping at that, I'm gonna go over here and be doing my thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So the Mowglis, your audience is mostly like young. But
the Mowglis aren't a band anymore.
But they were like the audience for that was like young teens, I'm guessing, right?
There was mostly younger fan base, yeah.
And is that still kind of true with Little Hurt, the project you're doing now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who my fans are.
Because I thought it was interesting. You know what? This is like a really stupid, deep thing.
Sure.
I'm saying.
Hit me.
But if you really think about it, like no matter who it is, everything that you make, I don't know if propaganda is the right word, but I feel like no matter what you're doing, like you can think of my podcast as propaganda. Anything that's going out into the internet, you're definitely trying to spread a message or whatever it is, right?
Sure.
So what I thought was crazy about when I listened to your latest project was, I forget the name. It was a specific song that said it too. But you'd go from being like, because I think you were writing it for this one song. You're You're saying about waking up at other people's houses.
Yeah.
But then you're also talking about like talking to some random kid. Like you're like it was made, and it was like, what song was that?
Is it a Little Heart song? Little Heart?
Yeah.
It was maybe I Don't Want to Be Here.
I think so.
Or something.
And it was like talking about divorces.
Oh, that's called Messed Up, that song.
Was it messed? It might have been messed up then. It probably messed up.
Yeah.
So with that, it talked about like divorces, but it also talked about waking up at other people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
But then it also talked about kind of like being like that one weird kid. So I thought it was crazy to think like making that song, I don't know if it was intentional or not, you reach the older audience, people who might be waking up. I don't think a 12-year-old's waking up at another 12-year-old's house that they don't know, but you're like maybe you're in your mid-20s or early 20s waking up at a stranger's house that you met. But then you're also talking about like something that can connect with kids, that, you know, talking to some random kid or your parents getting divorced. So I don't know if that was purposeful or not, but it was crazy to see that mix between two audiences.
That's really interesting. I've never thought about that before.
Damn.
I was, I don't know, man. Like my parents got divorced, so I just like screamed about it in the song. I don't, you know.
Are you intentional with your are you intentional with your lyrics?
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I pride myself. If I have to give myself credit for anything, it's that nothing that I say ever in a song is going to be untrue or a lie.
Isn't that crazy how that can connect with other people? That like talking about your parents.
That's why it connects. Because if, for example, if you were a singer, I don't know if you are a singer or not, but
no,
or if the fucking imaginary ghost person sitting in that seat was a singer, right?
Ooh.
And I would have like, it's like, so what's this person's name? This guy's name's fucking
Mowgli.
It's not. This guy's name is Richard. So Richard's sitting there, right? And I'm like, Richard, like I'm gonna write you a song right now, and it's gonna be this heavy subjects, right? It's gonna be about divorce, it's gonna be about suicide, it's gonna be about fucking drug addiction, whatever. And I give Richard the song, and I'm like, yo, sing this song. And I write it, so when he delivers that vocal, when he delivers that performance, it's gonna feel like it was written for him. So, like the one thing that people miss so much, and why like I like am so firm on my ground and how I make music and why I do it and the way I do it is because when I say these things, I know for 100% like irrefutable truth. And when you hear it, people are the most see-through thing in the world is a person. Okay. So it's like, if I go out there and fucking lie to my audience, they can hear that.
Right.
What makes a hit song often is someone that's, a lot of artists are able to, that makes a great performer versus an artist, right? Like, if you can deliver this thing with the authenticity, with imagine feeling what this felt like, that's what makes a fucking song. So that's why I make myself, I don't know, maybe I limit myself sometimes, but like what I'm going to say is going to be fucking real, and I don't give a fuck like how it makes.
But in one of your interviews, you were talking about you like do writing groups. Is that just so people pressure test, or do you like take lyrics from other?
Oh well, it's writing session. We all writing sessions. Like everyone writes together. Like,
but like all this stuff is your experiences.
Every word that I write is my experience. But you realize that every single artist in the world has writing sessions, right?
But like, why is it a big deal when like a rapper, like a Drake, has a ghostwriter? Like, why do people care about that then?
Oh no! But you're missing the point. Okay. What I'm talking about is delivering with authenticity. That's what makes something special.
Right.
That makes what makes you an amazing performer. If I were to give Richard this fucking song about something he has no experience with, right? But he delivers it, and you hear that fucking thing in his voice, and he's able to put that pain into it. That's what makes it fucking special. That's what makes a performer versus an artist, versus a writer, versus a whatever the fuck.
Right.
And that shit's special.
And would you say you're a performer, artist, and you're probably everything?
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure that out. But
really,
I'm somewhere in between.
So is that weird that people like categorize you, or you just don't really care?
I don't really care, man.
You probably used to, right? Or
yeah, I probably used to care more than I care now. I love writing something that I'm like, fuck, that hurt, dude. That sucked. Like saying that out loud sucked. And then I'm like, that's good.
So the uncomfortableness makes it a good song when you're writing it. Or I guess it doesn't always have to be uncomfortable. Like when you were in the band, that was all happy stuff. So that probably wasn't that
that's
uncomfortable.
that was uncomfortable for me sometimes. That's actually part of why I had to move on from the Mowglis, because it was our fan base relied on us heavily for a lot of happy stuff, and I stopped feeling that the way I did when I was young. Like life happens, and like you start to hurt and you feel hurt. Dude, I was fucking 23, and like they handed me like a gross amount of fucking money, and I'm sitting here, what am I happy about, dude? So it's really, 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 really easy to write happy songs, right? And then life happens, and you go through shit, and you experience things, and that starts to feel kind of inauthentic. And I felt like I was lying. I remember being on stage with the Mowglis, and I guess we're talking about the Mowglis. So, you know, I'd be on stage and be like, man, I don't feel like I'm telling the truth anymore, because I'm not this happy. But these kids are sitting there, their faces are fucking beaming with fucking light. Yeah. They're like, we need you. I mean, I have kids walk up to me being like, I was going to literally on fucking God. I'd have kids walk up to me and be like, I was going to kill myself. I was going to fucking commit suicide, and then I found your music.
Jeez.
Yes, dude. And I would sit there and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know that I can be that for you. 'Cause I'm not feeling that.
But maybe you making your music now will probably hit the same way.
Yeah, exactly. But it's now it's like a different angle. It's a reapproach. It's a recalibration, you know. But it's like I remember feeling times I was like, dude, like you're saying these things to me, and like you guys are like, I was like, I don't know that I feel that anymore.
So you didn't feel authentic?
At some point, it started to feel a little inauthentic to me. Not because of the band, not because of any of them, not because of anyone.
Your mindset just changes.
Well, you get older.
Yeah, and that's your mindset.
And you start growing up, and you experience some real pain. It's really, 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 really easy to feel happy all the time when you're fucking 22 and loaded.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder when you're 28 or whatever, and like some shit's happened and you're fucking sad, and you experience real sadness, and you're like trying to tell these stories again with the same voice you had at 22. Yeah, right.
So is Little Hurt you just felt a little hurt, and that's why you called it Little Hurt?
That's a fucking baseball reference. It's not worth getting into.
You're into baseball? Or you're saying what I just said was a baseball?
No, Little Hurt's a baseball reference, bro.
It is?
Yeah. Frank Thomas played for the Detroit Lions.
So you are into baseball? I'm
enough into baseball to know that.
Wait, I thought the Detroit Lions was a football team.
Tigers. Whatever, man. Whatever the baseball one is. What's this, a fucking sports podcast? I'm on fucking ESPN 2 right now.
So does a Little Hurt have a deep meaning to you, though? Or is it literally just because of... So you don't think names have meaning?
I called my label when I signed to Sony. I gave them like 35 fucking ideas a day, and I was like, how about this for the album or the project? And they're like, no. And then finally I was like, how about Little Hurt? And they're like, okay. And I was like, fine, go. Let's get this fucking record out.
Jeez.
Do you want like a more like, do you want me to like try to make you some fucking like Hemingway story about Little Hurt? He's a fucking baseball player, bro.
I feel like Little Hurt's like the name of a band, though. Like, do you want people to be like, oh shit, it's Little Hurt?
Are you gonna walk around as a man and wear a Colin Dieden shirt, or are you gonna wear a Little Hurt shirt?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think probably Little Hurt.
What about? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, do you want people to ever call you Little Hurt?
If everyone called me Little Hurt to my face, well, people know my name's Colin.
Right.
Like, my fans know my name's Colin. They don't think my name's Little and my last name's Hurt.
But if you have new fans, maybe they'll think your name.
No, because the people don't have names like that. That's like, dude, come on. What are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about, dude? No shot.
I guess like The Weeknd. People don't call him The Weeknd.
They're not like, hey, are you the last name? Come on.
Shit. So what are some big changes that happened during the pandemic for you? Like positive or not positive, or was the Mowglis the only massive change?
Mowglis was before the pandemic, actually. Pre-pandemic change.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Maybe pandemic congruence.
Time's a construct now.
Yes. I don't know, man. I write a lot for other people. I write other songs for other people.
Mostly like
TV, film,
pop artist songs or hip hop.
not as much hip hop as you would think. I don't do a lot of hip hop. I do a lot of pop. I just dropped my sunglasses, which you can see on camera.
There we go.
I do a lot of pop. I do a lot of TV, film, commercial stuff, and it keeps me busy.
That's dope.
And besides that, I just hang out, man. look at this fucking ceiling fan a lot.
What do you do for fun? Like, what are your hobbies?
I like to cook.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? What's your top 3 favorite dishes to cook?
I make a fucking really good pasta.
Oh.
Yeah. I like to fish.
Really?
So I like to go fishing. Yeah.
Where? Is there fishing places in LA?
I love fishing places.
Watering holes? What are they called?
I don't know. I mean, I like to do outdoor stuff. I like to do outdoor stuff. I like to what else do I like? Man, I don't know. It's actually weird that I can think of very few things.
Damn.
But I do have a nice time. I have a nice time.
That's good.
I like to watch movies and TV and.
See any good movies lately?
I'm just a regular fucking guy. So I just do regular guy stuff. Whatever people do.
What do you say, like, if some random person has no idea who you are and they're like, so what do you do for a living?
I usually say I'm a traveling shoe salesman or something. Or I don't know, something weird.
Are you into shoes?
Not really. I have some good shoes though.
Hey,
we're
both wearing Converse, right?
Bro, I'm about to get some fucking brand new Jordan 1s in Portland tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have like a specific one in mind, or
just whatever strikes my brain?
Dude, I went to Portland in May. That was like a straight up ghost town. The only people I saw outside were, this was a crazy, I don't even know how to really explain this story, but I wanted to go to Portland because I heard, well, actually I was driving through there to get to LA.
Yeah.
But
you fucking drove to LA?
Yeah.
Was that 14 fucking hours?
It was 18 hours.
Jesus Christ, buddy.
It was for my podcast.
You ever heard of Southwest.com, dude? Get on a flight for fucking $200. What are you doing, dude?
So, we get to Portland, which is only like, I think it's like 4 hours from Seattle, maybe 7, somewhere. I'm really bad with directions, so I don't know.
You can't go much more north than here.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to all these different little shops around Portland, just completely like ghost town. And the only thing I see was like these 2, I guess you have to say houseless now, right? Is that what people say?
Houseless?
You're not supposed to say homeless anymore.
You're supposed to say homeless? Okay, anyway.
So, basically, let me explain. I'll hip you up.
What?
I heard this a year and a half ago on one of my podcasts. This guy told me. Shout out Cameron. But basically, you're supposed to not say homeless because homeless people actually have homes, but a home and a house are different.
Okay. Anyway, so
they're houseless. So basically, this
dude, going somewhere?
this homeless or houseless guy, and this lady obviously like had a relationship in the past or whatever, and they were arguing about their fucking relationship, and they straight up started having a fist fight. There's like a homeless guy and this homeless lady, and I was like, well, that's Portland for you. It was like a ghost town and just fucking brawls. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully it's better by the time you get there.
I really love this part of the country.
The PNW?
What's PNW? What's that mean?
I thought you were going to be Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get into it.
What's the W?
West.
Oh.
West side.
Oh, I thought Northwest would be one fucking word. Okay, I didn't know you were separating them.
You think North and West are 2 different places?
Oh, never did. I love Seattle. So if you can give me a job at this, I'll be your co-host, dude.
Yeah, dude. Tell me about your experiences here in Seattle.
Oh, buddy. I've had some good times here in the city. Yeah, I've had nice times. I love being cold. I love having my jacket on. I love walking around, eating clam chowder and slamming a fucking bourbon and walking around and looking at people, looking at other stuff, and everyone's just looking at things.
Sounds like a blast. I like looking at stuff, and other people's looking at things. And
I don't know. What else is there to do?
How about this? Have you only been in like the Seattle area, or have you been to Greater Seattle? Or
I actually have family that lives outside the city, like in the suburbs. So I've been around a bit.
Oh shit! Like they were born and raised here, or they moved here, or what?
No, I have some born and raised Seattle cousins. So I've been around. I've been here outside of the city.
Hey.
Yeah. All I'm saying is like I don't just know like the original Starbucks. Like I've been to Seattle a few times. Yeah.
Do you go surfing at all?
No, dude.
You look like you'd be a cool surfer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's such a fucking sick compliment.
Dude, yeah.
I don't even know why you say that, but like that's awesome. Why would I be a cool surfer?
You just seem like someone. You said you like nature. You seem like you'd have fun surfing.
Dude, I'd be a cool surfer.
Yeah.
Dude, Cool Surfer is a great fucking album name.
Cool surfer. Dude, I just picked up surfing during the pandemic.
You surfing?
Yeah.
You're surfing out there with the fucking sharks and shit?
Yeah. You're
not surfing in Seattle. You're surfing in Seattle?
I surfed in Portland and LA.
Were you just asking to get bit by, have a shark fucking bite off your dick, dude? Have you ever been out? There's so many sharks out there?
Yeah.
That cold water thing?
Yeah. Like you have to shuffle your feet so you scare off all the animals.
See, if I have to like do like a preventative shark program, I'm not doing it. If someone gives me like, you have to do, okay, just so you know, you'll be fine out there, but if you did this no shark thing, I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
But I thought you wanted to be a cool surfer, dude.
No, you said that.
But you took it as a compliment, so.
It is kind of cool. Thanks.
I guess you live in LA, just pick up surfing there, I guess, right? But
I got too much time. I got too many plans, fam.
wait, you just said you have too much time. You should be like you don't have enough time.
I don't have enough time, man.
Okay. There we go.
I got to spend a lot of time being lonely and making money.
in Washington in the PN, say it with me, the PNW.
But can't you just say PN like
PN, the Pacific North?
Yeah, but the Northwest is the same fucking word.
No.
All right, whatever.
The PNW, man.
We'll let the fans like and comment below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where we tell this guy he's wrong about this shit.
But yeah, in the PNW, you have to wear fucking wetsuits or dry suits because like it's below freezing.
I'm just saying, what are you surfing here for? What are you surfing off of? Like the wake off of cruise ships?
No, you have to.
Where the fuck do you find waves here,
There's
dude?
one place in Washington. It's like Ocean Shores area, and like Westport area, and then besides that, you have to go to Oregon. Did
you have you told the listener base that you're taking me mini golfing after this?
I have not. We're gonna go mini golfing.
All right.
Hell yeah.
It's zero sharks.
No, there's no sharks. Unless that's a like name for like some type of predator in society. Like, oh shit, watch out for that shark. Oh, there is, like loan sharks or car sharks, but I don't think there are going to be any like those type of sharks.
I'm not anticipating any loan sharks.
Yeah. Me neither. So you're on your first tour as Little Hurt. That's exciting. Yeah.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Let's see how long we can be silent for.
Yeah. Some ASMR.
Yeah, I'm having a nice time, dude. I'm just fucking playing punk shows, dude.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna come tomorrow?
Yeah, man.
Great.
There we go. Well, this has been a good time, man. And I think I learned
Do you see how I like inadvertently wound this interview down? Was that me?
Yeah, I think it was.
I gotta beat your ass in mini golf. I can't sit here all night.
Exactly. Well, what is some final advice that you have for up and coming artists, creators, influencers?
Don't be a fucking douchebag.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't know. Just like do something real. Just stop fucking doing what everyone else is doing. Fucking hold your ground. It's like that fucking scene in Lord of the Rings where he's like, oh my god, this is like the lamest thing I've ever said. Fucking where he's like, thou shalt not pass, and he puts his like staff down and the dragon's going ape shit and all that. Remember that dragon? That dragon is a lot. He's like yelling, he's spitting fire. He's like, that guy's a lot. I remember feeling that guy's doing a lot of stuff. And then, but homeboy's like, what's his name? Like Gandalf?
Gandalf the Grey.
I almost said Dumbledore, which is the other guy. He's like, thou shalt not pass. Like use that same metaphor as like, thou shalt not do fucking things that are fucking the same as everyone else. Just be like, no. Like avoid everything else like the plague. Just be fucking honest and be fucking sick, dude. Just be fucking sick and say shit that makes you hurt and make other people hurt, because then they're gonna heal from it, and it's sick.
We all need that little hurt.
We all need to hurt a little, baby.
There we go. What's the easiest way for people to reach you?
Internet.com.
There we go.
All right.
This is the NAST podcast with
Little Hurt.
And we did it.